Hey there, thank you so much for tuning into our podcast. But before I take you to your show, I have a very small request to make. Do check out the other episodes that we have created so far. And as you know, we are available on all major music and podcast streaming apps across the world. So, whichever podcasting platform you're listening to, do hit the follow button and leave us a rating, as that will help us improve our content and reach a wider audience. And with that, welcome to the show. What? No way. This is the third episode that we are doing. What is this? Come on. So, ladies and gentlemen, and the people of the world, we are here with the third episode of our only podcast that we are doing right now. That's called Say That Again, Mate. You know, that mate came from Australia. Australia. Okay, whatever it's called. But we're here again, and we've got some very fun topics. And not just that, guess what? We have got a guest today. But before I introduce my guest, I'd like to introduce the chairperson of this podcasting company. Let's put our hands together. It sounds like I'm introducing her on a stage. Priya, you like to say hello?
Hello, everybody. It's a thrilling experience itself when you introduce me. I love it.
I just, while just calling your name out, I was like, oh, okay, this is a stage show. There are 100 people listening to us, but no, there are only 5.
Well, you may never know.
Yeah, you may never know. How have you been?
It's been a great weekend. I've been doing like normal weekend bachelor things,
Okay.
washing my clothes, having good food, taking care of myself.
Mm-hmm.
How was your weekend?
I hope none of that is sounding vulgar, right? No, it's not sounding vulgar. My weekend has also been like bachelor's. I've been washing my clothes, cleaning my house, and taking care of myself. It's more or less the same thing that you have done. So, okay,
Okay,
but
okay.
Priya, today is a special episode. What don't you think that?
Yeah, really special for both of us, I
Yeah,
must say.
because we have convinced for the first time a
Mm-hmm.
guest to feature on our podcast. But before I take her name, let me, give a brief introduction about this person. So, let's say this hypothetical person has worked in so many diverse, companies and job profiles, and been around that you cannot just skip her. She had to be
Yeah.
the first guest. So let's I mean, some of the job profiles that she had worked on, let me call out that. So she has been a project management officer, she has been a graphic designer, she has been into branding and marketing, and right now she's the social media director and the branding head or something of a
Lead.
very cool uh, fintech company. So,
Yeah.
oh God, she has done so much for this society, for this world. She would have been a girl, I would have married her, Priya. But okay. But
Oh,
but before that, let's introduce our first guest on this podcast. Priya, would you like to take it further?
it's just her name is very like a normal Indian name, but
Okay.
there is some shit going on with the spelling of her.
What? What's wrong?
So there is this. The name is Saumya, but
Okay.
there is like double Y thing going on, which is very again very unusual, but a surprising element for herself because if ever someone searches her name on Facebook or Instagram, they'll just get to know, okay, this is the one because of her.
She ain't a
Yeah,
normal Saumya, Priya. She is a Saumya
yeah,
with an extra
yo.
Y.
Oh my god.
So please put your hands together. Please welcome our first guest, our extremely good friend. And she has been kind enough to accept the invitation to come and feature on this podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, Saumya Mishra, here you are.
That's right. It does. It did take a lot of convincing. Okay, I'm not keeping well, and you guys have been behind my life to record this. So yes, here I am.
See, you know
Very
how famous we are in this podcasting space, and
Yeah,
people are dying to come to our podcast, but we preferred you.
yes,
you.
of course, of course.
So that's
Very
how it's gonna be.
humbled by the invitation, and such a great pleasure to be here, my friends and sister, which you forgot to mention conveniently for some reason.
Oops.
Because we didn't wanted people to know that, you know, they'll figure out.
There's nepotism going on. We
Yeah,
didn't wanted people to figure out
and
that.
that's why we really wanted people to know that you're my elder sister and very close friend to KJ Bear.
Oops. Priya, secrets are out of the window once
Yeah,
Saumya is
and
involved
KJ
in the conversation.
got married to.
Within
Yeah.
5 minutes, all the secrets are out, guys. So it's no use keeping it inside the box. That the listeners weren't supposed to know that I am a very close friend of KZ, and the best
Elder
and the
sister.
only sister of Miss
Yeah.
Priyanka Mishra. Yes,
Best? Did
That's
you say
amazing.
best?
yes, of course, best in the world.
Best for claims. Okay. This is gonna be fun, guys. This is gonna
God,
be fun.
this is a lot of show off initially itself. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure how it's gonna be going forward. But we have got a very set of fun topics out there to discuss
Yes,
today. And
good to talk about them. Yeah,
yeah, how have you been, Soumya? How has your week been, and how are you doing?
it's been hectic as usual, which it
Mm-hmm.
has been for some months now. And since I live in Pune, as you know, the weather's been a little upside down, so I've been not keeping well. As you can hear it from my very, audible nasal voice. So yeah, the bachelor stuff which you guys mentioned in the beginning of the podcast, I have not been able to do, unfortunately.
Okay.
Um, but
Mhm.
But you sound really sexy, man. I mean, your audio is very sensual as compared to
thanks,
Priya.
yeah. This
Come
is
on, Priya.
this is, I
I know.
guess.
I was just.
Okay. Hey, you mentioned you live in Pune, right? What's happening in Maharashtra, guys? The politics. Government has
Yeah.
Yeah.
changed. What's that?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, uh, politics, right? Like, what else can we, what else
Yeah,
can we say more about it?
you'll
It's
never know.
a lot of decision in favor, not on favor. Like after the new government or the new chief minister, the first decision they made was about the forest of RA colony. So
Mm-hmm.
that did not settle well with the majority of the Mumbai population. But
Yeah,
um, even before that, the whole premise on how the government toppled or how the CM changed is quite unique in itself, to be honest. And
that's
uh,
politics at its best, guys. I mean,
yeah,
you sleep and get up and you'll have a different chief minister.
yeah, it does sound like some, like kind of like a movie which is
Yeah,
happening. And no wonder,
Nah.
like Nayak, I used to think it's completely, fictional, and they have written it, they have
it's
written the
not.
story, and they have directed it. But you see these situations and you feel ki no, yeah, anything can happen.
Hey,
Anything
but
can happen.
what's the deal that they ran to like Guwahati, Assam, just because it has a pleasant weather, good mountains? What? I mean, what takes them to Assam? Like,
Because why not?
And
Guys, let's just accept
yeah.
Guwahati is a very sexy place. You know, the brain works.
I think Priya, next time if something like that happens, we should push them to
Head.
south, maybe
Yeah.
Muttar or somewhere, because yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Promote the tourism there as well. All
Yeah.
over the
Speaking
news,
of,
it was there that
yeah.
the MLAs have now moved to Assam. Earlier, they were in Surat. Oh God, that's something we can never understand what's going on. Yeah, you were saying something, Priya.
I was saying, speaking of cities in India,
Yeah.
what's your favorite city, you would say? Pick one.
I would go with Ranchi.
Uh,
Yeah.
of course, I mean, hometown, and you have been
It's
connected.
not just the hometown. See, I've lived in Bhilai, I've lived in Pune, I've been
Hmm.
to Mumbai, I've been to Delhi as well. But why I'll pick Ranchi is because Ranchi is very good with weather, and they have
Hmm.
amazing food, and it's a good small town, not a lot of like you can say not a lot of people, to be frank, where you can get disturbed or something. They're all peaceful people, they live in their own spaces and not interfere much. So I think the political situation is also very stable. So I think that Ranchi could be my place because it checks all of my priority list. What about you guys?
Same question to Soumya.
Oh, I know the answer.
Um, I think pretty much everybody who has seen my Instagram even for 1 second knows the answer. It's absolutely and 100% Mumbai. I don't think, at least in India, I can be okay with, even though I am living in Pune right now, and I am okay with it, but I still run to Bombay whenever I get the time and whenever I can,
Just
for
to
work or
experience
otherwise.
the humidity and the traffic
Yeah.
and
Please,
the
please,
homes which do not have balcony and parking, just to experience
Hmm.
please.
that. Some people are fond of it, so you can't question her choice, Priya, right?
Yeah. Also,
Very well said.
now that I can say that I have known Somadi since long.
Wow.
There is
28
some,
years.
yeah, revealing
It's
the age very
You guys
smoothly.
were not supposed to say that.
Yeah, KJ Bhaiya, what is this? Yeah, what is
okay.
this? Yeah.
Sorry, it's just 22
Hmm.
years. I beg your pardon. Okay, go ahead.
21,
So
by the way. Go on.
there is this thing which I find very amusing about my sister, that she decided to, like, I'm gonna earn money and live there. She decided this when she was, I think,
11.
7 years old. I don't know.
Okay.
When there was this fancy dress competition going on. So if you could share that story, Samadi, it will be very, overwhelming for all of us.
I don't think it was even 7 years old. I was basically in preschool, and there was this fancy dress going on in school just after summer vacation, and mom dressed me as a Bombay girl. I don't know what that even means, but that was ingrained in my head because I was dressed really cool. I was wearing like tangerine pants and shirt and like excellent goggles, and like cool shoes, and I just thought, oh, that's what happens in Mumbai. Everybody is just dressed cool.
Hey, this
And
is racist. This is racist. What do you think? People in other cities, they don't dress well. They don't have
I
goggles.
was a kid.
Okay.
Relax.
But you were,
Relax,
Samadi. You
KG.
were. As a kid, you were racist.
Yeah.
How can I be racist? How is this racist? Do you guys know the definition of being a racist?
Okay,
I
we'll
don't
talk
think
about
so.
that later. What racist is as per Oxford Dictionary? It's an adjective with so many so things. But yeah, carry on with your story.
Yeah, so that's how my fascination with the city started, and then eventually we got to visit that place a lot more often because of some of the other things, family trips, and my uh, uh, bua also started living there, so we would go there often, and the representation that city gets in the movies and all
Yeah.
the other media is much more than any other city in India. Even Delhi can't beat that. So somehow my mind was just ingrained and just set there that someday I'm gonna live there. And my only dream sort of was to especially after watching Makeup Sid, was that I'll sit in Marine Drive for no good reason, just watch the waves, just watch the rest of the city. And
Yeah.
even though that was something which was manifested long time back, I still enjoy that after I have been there probably more than 50 times. I still love it as much as I did the first time I went there. So
That's fascinating.
special,
This
yeah,
this
special
Yeah.
is
connection.
the same feeling which I get, which Somadi mentioned, that after watching Wake Ups, it felt like just watching waves and all. I do enjoy going to Mumbai only when my sister is there. Other than that, I feel very
I know.
suffocated somewhere.
Yeah.
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 So that's the part which I also would.
Because I want to make people, see Bombay how I see it. And you have seen it, KG. I have made all my friends also, cycle around, probably South Bombay, or taken them to the places I enjoy, I like. So they also sort of see why I,
So this is
like.
this is where your branding job profile came into picture, right?
Yeah.
Your first project was brand the city called Mumbai, of course, which has no other options, no other ways to get promoted. Of course, Bollywood and all of those things never existed, but you picked it up. You picked up the branding of Mumbai first. Oh God, crazy. Priya, what's your favorite city in India?
I've been to the city only once, but I fell in love with it. It's
Fair enough.
Udaipur,
Oh,
city of lakes. There is
beautiful.
something about Rajasthan, and there is no such connection. Which, like, comedy has a beautiful story, manifestation, and everything. I don't. I just the day we stepped in, I was like, oh my god, this is beauty. And knowing about that history, which is connected to the city and everything,
Yeah.
the food, and then the royal, how royal people used to talk to each other. There was this concept. You remember somebody in City Palace from Udaipur? The guide told us that whenever Raja wanted to talk to Rani, and he wanted her to be in his home or something.
The pan one.
Yeah, he used to send a pan.
Yeah.
I love
That's
that
romantic.
story. Yeah,
That's
inside,
so romantic.
I just love that. So yeah,
If I may interject, I always thought that Priya is Vidya Balan from Bhool Bhulaiya 1,
yes,
where she would go
yes,
inside the story when somebody is narrating it, and she would imagine herself as a fly in the wall when all of that, like in that
that's
era, all of that is happening, and she's just there, witnessing it all from her own, from her own eyes. So I think she is just a history nerd, and I
No, no,
think,
no. She's not a history nerd. Let me tell you. Let me
let
tell
me
you that.
complete it let me complete it
Okay.
and she has a special fascination for Rajputanas more than any other royal families. Like, I would say, the in the south we have been to some palaces. We have been to
Hmm. Yeah.
Mysore
yeah.
Palace, and she wasn't that fascinated. She was amazed, of course. I'm sure Tipu Sultan was a great emperor, but the way she is fascinated with the royals of Rajasthan, that is to another level. So I think it's some blood runs from
I think
Rajasthan,
so.
I guess.
So,
Yeah.
Tipu
You
Sultan,
know,
if you are listening
I
to this
also
podcast, however great you have been, but Priya didn't like you much. So maybe
no,
next
no, no,
time
no.
we gotta work
You
harder.
should name Padmanabh Singh, who's still alive and is the current holder of the that palace.
Yeah, he's the prince of Jaipur Palace. That's what I
Currently,
remember. Yeah.
Okay.
and
So
that kind.
I think we've talked about India, but how about our first topic, which talks about the best cities to live in the world? Priya, would you like us to go through it once?
I really want to visit Finland once.
Okay.
Got so much like happiness report and everything. Finland is on the top livable countries mein.
No, but
And
recently, this some of this units which conduct the survey across the world. So they have come up with top 10 like not just top 10, maybe top 100, but we know about the top 10 cities to live in the world, and Vienna is on the top of the list. So if you guys are to choose one city out of India, I I'm not sure if you have visited many, but if you have to go, what place would it be?
Excuse me, guys. Bali. Comedy high five.
Hold on, one second.
We know her.
One second. I believe I didn't understand the question. So you're saying that apart from Indian cities, if you have to choose one which could fit in the top 10 best cities to live in, which one would you choose to go? Is
As
that
per
the question?
as per your preference
Hmm.
across the world, which one city would you like to settle down or live in?
Okay, I think I would really like settle down is a big word,
Yeah.
but I really wanna go to either Zurich or London. I wanna explore whether they are the worth the hype or not. I have a feeling that there's a high possibility that I'll be uh, enjoying it far too much. But uh, you know, picking one because I haven't been to either of those two
Yeah.
is a bit hard.
That's this fair enough. This fair enough. Zurich or London, we'll keep that into consideration. Priya, what about you?
Yeah, I said Finland. I just want to know what's happening there. How are people so happy? What is
See,
what is going
Finland
on?
is very happy
Finland is a
because
country.
Finland.
That's what I'm saying.
No, but
I want to
city,
live in
city.
Finland. I know Helsinki only, so I'll visit that.
See,
Okay.
Finland, I guess, is on the northern side of Europe, so it's very cold. First of
Scandinavian.
all, yeah, it's very freaking cold, and not a lot of people, like you can say, outsiders who are not born and brought up there, won't be able to settle so easily. But
Yeah.
still, I know a few people from my organization who have worked in Finland, and they have absolutely loved it. And they were like, so it's rightly, justifying that it's the most happiest country, in the world. So there's what comes with happiness is there's zero corruption, there's uh, very less crime, and there's good health infrastructure and
Correct.
standard of living, and all of these together make a good happiness index. So I guess, yeah, this looks amazing.
But it's just you who has been asking us the question. What about you, KG? What
Yeah.
do you think?
I have always been fascinated with New York. Always. Like, I don't care if it's down under the rains, there are floods, or the traffic is too much, as they say, and there's a lot of there are a lot of people in New York. Doesn't matter to me. I just want to live there or maybe work there, because I've been really fascinated by this TV series called Suits, where they actually work in New York. They have offices in Manhattan, and from the window, when you look at the Manhattan, that's the view I would like to work every morning and evening. So that's like my place. But
Not sure if bursting the bubble or not, but you know what they say about New York, right? It's the Mumbai of the states.
Yeah. That's why I was
It's-
about to say this is
You
contradictory
hate
to
Mumbai, and you hate Mumbai. So I am really surprised that you picked New York out of all the cities in the world.
So
Very
I can like work in like the same thing. I won't settle there, but I would really want to go and work there for some time, like experience that. This is the place where the economy of the world is, handled. This is the driving force for everything that's happening around in and around the world. So a lot of action is always there in New York, irrespective of the work culture, and everyone is just suited up and working tirelessly. I just
yeah,
want to be there to
feel that.
experience that. Yeah. And
Yeah.
not just that, in all of United States, if you keep Texas apart, New York has the most like different cuisines that are very famous in New York, right? And it's famous for its pizza. Although pizza was originated in Italy, Naples, and all of those early European countries, but New York has a separate love for pizza, which is
which
originated there.
actually came from Italy. There has, I
Yeah,
don't know if you know, the Italian mafia and everything that came from the migrations from Italy to
correct.
US, and then since New York is at the port, a lot of people from Italy, and then that's how the New York pizza started, and also some of the bigger population is settled in Chicago, and that's how Chicago pizza started. But go on, yes.
Yeah. So basically, it's not just about the pizza, but every cuisine is very welcomed in New York. May it be Chinese, may it be Indian, Indian and Indian subcontinent, the cuisine that we usually get there. So I think food wise also it's very welcoming, and of course the work and the infrastructure. Oh God, I cannot like get over it. My YouTube search history will always have New York, Manhattan videos and vlogs of people who are living in Manhattan, and
I don't know, as someone who was 10 minutes ago complaining about small or no balconies in Mumbai, I don't know how you're just
I mean,
comparing it with Manhattan, New York, because they have much, much, much smaller places to,
mm,
rent out and live, and much, much, much higher, rental agreements. So,
I
KJ,
think KGB
I
is just
feel a little bit of hypocrisy here.
yeah.
Please do not hate
I was
Mumbai
just
or
I was
hate
just
how
Mumbai
waiting
dare
for
and
this
New
word.
York equal.
first of all, how dare you, KGB? First of all, okay. I think KGB is trying to join in the club because of the series Suits.
Yeah.
That's just his 10-day, 20-day policy he must have
See,
said. And it's
I like New York because I haven't been there yet. Maybe my
yeah,
perception would change once I visit New York.
correct, correct,
But
correct.
with Mumbai, I have been there. I've stayed there for a couple of days, so I know that I'm not liking that city anymore. But with New York, there's still a chance. I would like to give that
Hmm.
chance to New York. That okay, fine, guys, I'll come
All
and
You
see.
know,
right,
I'll review this city.
all right.
it's strange that Soumya Didi said London and Zurich. I thought she's gonna say London and New York, and you're gonna name Zurich first. But the answers were like,
Yeah. See, Zurich,
no, you.
I've been to in Zurich. It's first of all, it's extremely costly. Second, the
Mm,
food options are not very easy to get. I mean, you don't have a lot of good food. I mean, Zurich is obviously all of Switzerland is not very famous for its food or anything, and it's undoubtedly one of the most beautiful cities that you'll see. But yeah,
okay,
I
okay,
might keep Zurich at number two or number three maybe. But yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Then it's good. But whenever someone say New York, I just have this image of New York cheesecake. I don't know why. It's very famous, na there.
Yeah. It's really
We'll
good.
have it.
Sure, Priya. What about moving to the next topic? I think we have talked enough about the cities. What's
Yeah.
next in our list?
Uh, recently, I think yesterday only I watched this news of someone paying rupees 70 in railways for a cup of tea. So again, a money debate. Like
Oops.
1 or 2 years back, I think Rahul was this bill controversy
For the
about
banana.
banana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
remember.
I'm just loving this. And ICTC also backed up by saying the 50 rupees is for charge, the service charges, and 20 is for tea.
Oh my
So
God.
it's a tough, tough,
That
tough.
that might be a five-star service that they are, you know, doing in the trains these days. You never know. But
Which
70 rupees
class
for
of
a
tea
cup of tea,
is for?
it's 70 rupees for a cup of tea is very, very costly. What do you think, Swami? How much would you pay for a cup of tea?
As you guys know, I'm not a fan of any
Me
of the
too.
Oh
hot
God.
beverages. Um,
I-
but I still feel I don't think 70 rupees is at all justified. Especially maybe they can charge it
yeah.
with from the foreign visitors, because they charge extra from
Hmm.
Yeah,
anybody
yeah.
who's visiting or traveling from abroad. Maybe for them 70 is fine, but for Indian residents it doesn't make any sense to charge 70 rupees. As inflation is already there with
Hmm.
we are soon expecting recession, and to add to that the petrol prices and everything, and then this. So uh, I think this just creates unnecessary, and with IRCTC backing that it's justified, that
Yeah.
just adds to everybody's frustration. Like, what? No, you're not supposed to back it. You're supposed to mend it, correct it. That we made a mistake, but um, like I said, it's not justified. It's not okay to pay 70
I know.
rupees. Yeah.
I think they were trying to say you should have pre-ordered or something. IRCTC backed up by saying this, that one should be pre-ordering stuff, food stuff, if they wanna like have something
Okay,
inside the
so
train.
then there's a different price is what you mean to say.
Yeah, they'll charge extra. The service charges will be extra.
Okay,
Um,
I get it. But as per my experience, I think the 10 rupee tea, that's the best and the best chai you'll ever have, which you get on the corners of the roads and somewhere there.
yeah,
I mean, you'll have you if you get an opportunity to have tea at some high end restaurant, you know that they suck.
never.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think, and with tea, I just recalled Pakistan. One of the ministers in Pakistan was just appealing to the citizens of Pakistan that do not consume tea to the extent that you are doing right now, because of this financial crisis that
Hmm.
Pakistan is also going through at this point. They have to import a lot of tea from other countries, like someone $600 million they have to pay for tea imports. And whenever you import something, you have to pay in foreign currency. So the foreign reserve is just depleting because of tea import. So the minister was like requesting the citizens to stop consuming tea. Do you think that's going to be a case ever in India? I don't think so.
No, this is never a question. I don't think so.
Because we are a tea manufacturer, we are tea
Yeah,
exporters. Yeah.
northeast and then even in south, so there'll
Yeah.
not be a problem. Also, people will cry without tea. Their day doesn't take it.
And there's so
Chai,
much employment across tea,
correct.
selling tea and all of those things. But
Agreed.
anyway,
How are we
I
gonna make jokes on the prime minister then? So I think tea is more
Yeah.
wow,
important.
wow, she just
Hmm.
hit it out of the park, Priya.
Yeah,
That's
smoothly.
that's gone out of the stadium. The ball is flying. All
Yeah.
right. So I've got another very fun topic to discuss with you guys. I think Saumya, you might want to come in for this one. So I'll set it up. So an employee accidentally received like 1.43 crores as a salary. So, and then what?
1.43 or like 1,000. Excuse me. As you know, I'm not well.
Yes.
Excused. This podcast is just becoming
I'm,
better and better as we go. Yeah.
I informed you guys I am unwell. You were supposed to expect me sneezing and coughing.
Okay, that's fine.
Yes,
Come
please
on.
go on. So,
Come on.
is it
Yeah.
1,000 crores or 1 point something crores?
It's 1.43
One,
crores as
yes,
salary he received accidentally. And what this
Okay.
employee does at the end is he resigns and disappears, like
I
most
would
of
have
us
done
would
the
do.
same.
Yeah.
I think that's the correct move. I mean, I
Yeah.
completely back him up.
That's a
whoever
lot
this
of money.
nameless person is. Yes, I absolutely agree that you know, if you see, management these days are exploiting employees some way or the other. All right,
Yeah.
so I don't think it was a very out of the blue reaction by the employee if he decided to go to an island and just relax for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
I do not blame him. That was just luck which happened to him, and I completely backing up. If it would have happened to me by any chance, and God, if you are listening, please take a cue.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, God is listening to our podcast, Priya, just so that you know.
Also,
yeah,
just
Yeah.
imagine after a few years, this man is having chai with his friends, and we all forgot about this thing happened. कि 1 crore का shit happened, and then one day he'll be like, तेरे को याद है वो ऐसा 1 crore ट्रांसफर हुआ था? हाँ हाँ हाँ, वो लड़के का ना, मैं था रे वो, मेरे साथ हुआ था. He's gonna be the hero of that group bonfire. I
For
love this.
sure. For sure. I think this is, as Soumya also mentioned, this is a right move. But this brings me to another question. What made him run away? What made him resign? So I believe that a larger percentage of the working class is underpaid, or at least they
exactly,
think that they're underpaid
True.
with the amount of job
exactly.
that they're doing. So this obviously brings them this thought that, okay, we gotta earn money from other sources, or if by any chance they get money from some glitch or anything, they gotta run away because this job is
Not
anyway not
just,
paying.
not just. I'm sorry to cut you off. Not
Yeah,
just, paid less. It's also about other aspects of a job. Either you pay them well, or you have some sort of an arrangement where they have a life apart from work. Right?
correct.
It comes to your work life balance also. Right now, I think I read somewhere that millennials and the generation after us is not particularly after money. We want a life apart from work. Okay, we are working because we need to earn, but that's
Yeah,
not the single source like how it used to be for our grandfathers and their grandfathers, that we
yeah,
have to work to earn bread for the family so that my family can be fed and I have a place to stay, I have a roof over my head. That was their their motivation. But right now, that's not our motivation.
correct,
We can be fed and we can live somewhere. Our main motivation is to live a life like completely wholly.
yeah,
So I think a lot of companies miss out on that completely, except the only company who I've seen has excelled over it is, I think, Tata Group.
Yes.
I think we all can agree when the attack happened on the Taj group of
yeah,
hotels
yeah,
in
yeah.
Mumbai, the entire workforce like stayed back to defend. You are okay, being in a that kind of an industry, hospitality industry, you're not trained to be fighting against goons
And
and all.
terrorists, of
Yeah,
course. This
you
just gives me goosebumps while I'm listening to you. Go ahead. Sorry.
they stood back to fight for their brand, for their company, for the for the values, those which were imparted on those employees, and that
Exactly.
still is taught in various institutions as an example. And that's what every company should aim at. When you take care of your employees, they take care of
Mm.
you. This person wouldn't need to run away if
Mm.
there was a to and fro between the company.
Yeah,
There's a
Agree.
exactly.
Hard agree.
Exactly. This, I was recently learning about the evaluations of different Tata companies. So if, we just say that Elon Musk is the richest man having $300 billion net worth. If Ratan Tata would have wanted to be in that race, his valuation of his companies as a whole is $500 billion, which is 200 more than the world's richest person. So he could
yeah,
have easily been the richest person on earth, but two-thirds of what he earns or what the Tata Group as a whole, Tata Sons makes out, is
It's
going for
donating.
charity. Yeah, two
Yeah.
thirds, 67%. That's a lot. So this is the value that they have laid down in the foundation of this country. So they are the nation builders. As you see in a lot of Tata ads or their taglines, is nation. They're nation builders. They're not industrialists. They're not business person. They are building this country in every possible way. Just like
That's
buying out
how it
Air
should
India.
be.
Just like
Yeah.
buying out Air India. Nobody was up for taking up a company that was sinking. But Tata Group, they initially started Air India, sold it to the government, and again bought it back from the government to ensure that the legacy that was brought into the Indian aviation space gets what it deserves. We have been shitting over Air India for so many things, like the food is not good, they're not very accurate with the timings and all, but they're slowly getting back. They're slowly getting back, and it's one of the best connected um, airplanes in the world, where you get great connectivity all across the planet. So I think uh, Tata Group has certainly raised the bars for others, and I think nobody can in near time could you know match up to what they have laid down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, coming back to what we are talking about, if the employees
Hmm.
and the management both take care of each other, I don't think there would come such a situation where the person, if they are, you know, billed differently, or they are paid more, they would just run away. They would be loyal to, paid back. And I am sure if that was the case, this news wouldn't happen, or this news wouldn't have come out there. The
Yeah.
gratification needs to be at both the ends. You cannot just expect the employees to always be at the lower end. It doesn't work like that. They are giving them large chunks of your life, their time, their energy, their uh,
Mental
work.
peace.
Yeah.
Not mental peace, but their training on whatever area they have trained in. They are giving their expertise for your business. So the least you can do is also take care of them in some or the other ways. A lot of companies are now also exploring 4 days working, or lesser working, or sort of
Yeah.
hybrid model from home for like 2 days or 3 days. So all these things will eventually increase productivity. I feel you will be more motivated to go back to work and give your best. So it all comes down to mutual respect from.
Okay. This was Professor Saumya Mishra that you were listening to, guys. She has been amazing at professional coaching and
Absolutely,
just
absolutely, George.
raising morale for the employees who are just waiting for that 1.43 crore salary in their account. So yeah, that's a good amount. It's a
Also
great amount.
coming from ex TCS employee, so I can see that she can totally relate with the Ratan Tata humility thing, which
Yeah.
everyone knows. One guy tweeted something that we should learn humility from Ratan Tata. If business men wanted to establish a great,
you
empire,
know
they should learn humility first.
there's so many great stories about the Tata Group and everyone who has been at the top positions of the Tata Group. But recently, very recently, this happened. One of the uh, I mean, this is a government institute in United Kingdom, and they wanted Sir Ratan Tata to be as one of their chief guests, and they wanted to present him with something like something which has to do with humanity and the way he has served humanity all his lifetime. And he was supposed to visit there on so and so date, and he couldn't go there. And everyone was calling him up, like calling his manager up, like, "Hey, what's up with sir? Why isn't he making it to UK? What's wrong?" So you know what Ratan Tata did actually? He didn't go to that event, and the reason was his dog was sick,
Hmm.
and he said that I don't want to leave him behind while I am at an event taking accepting awards. Someone in my family is sick. That makes him great, and that the host of the event said, "This is what makes him the greatest person. This is what this award is for." And he hasn't come to collect that award
Really?
because a dog that he has is sick. So anyone, so this is my theory in life, anyone who's great with pets is just a good human being. The way you treat animals shows the true character of who you are. But with this, shall we move to the next topic? We have talked a lot about the salary and the employees and the tatas.
Yeah.
What do you
Yeah,
think?
sure.
Dogs or pets? Dogs or cats? Sorry.
Dogs.
Somebody is gonna choose dogs also. Lately, I've been like genuine about each and every animal. Yesterday, I saw a cockroach and I was like, poor guy must not be okay. Maybe I'm not okay. showing respect to his
Priya,
dedication.
I haven't listened to all your podcasts, but do you often do that? Like laugh and then nobody is able to understand what you're saying? Is
Yeah,
that
this is what we do. This is how we run our show. This
all
is
right?
I'm sorry, guys.
Understood.
I can't just speak. I
it's
laugh.
fine. It's fine. This is what this podcast is about.
Yeah, not understanding what somebody is saying. Yes.
All right. Yeah. Before more deprecating words come from our guests, let's move to a next topic, which is basically a concept. I was kind of fascinated when I watched the CGI video. So recently, it's running on Twitter. Like there's this sky cruise. It's a very interesting concept which has been introduced, and what it means is it's gonna fly. It's gonna be on air for months because it's running on nuclear energy, and it's gonna be a cruise on air. So
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds quite futuristic, but honestly, KG, I do not believe in it as of yet. Like, for something like that to happen in that big level, at least some smaller part of it needs to be already in action or in the making.
of course,
This seems and this feels very very futuristic, like not something which I will personally be expecting in the next 10 to 20 years. I don't know, maybe some miracle happens, but you
even if
know uh,
even if this concept is ruled out, okay,
yes.
it's out there in the world. Would you want to be on that sky cruise?
No, not from no. I am already scared of being in a normal cruise. So uh already scared of waters. Then to go on the top and then be in the air with, and there are so many chances. I don't want to be the Titanic of the air cruise, okay?
Right.
I don't want to be that. I am terribly terrified. If they ask for volunteers, definitely I'm not gonna be even near of those
Okay,
participants.
let me put it this way. So this is a sky cruise, okay, which is gonna run on nuclear energy and be on space, be on the air for like a month or so. Can be there. Let me ask you another question, which has nothing to do with this topic. Would you want to volunteer to go to space if given a chance? Because now there are a lot of space vehicles which are taking civilians to the space, like Virgin Atlantic being one of them. What do you think?
Wow.
No, that is not in my bucket list at
I
all.
would, I would definitely go.
I am
I
up.
would.
Pun
Yeah.
intended.
Let's record a podcast from space, Priya. What do you think?
I mean, I'm seriously
Yeah, then you
in.
guys will be so far away. We would literally have to say that again. Say that again, mate.
Well, what a
Wow.
plug. Wow.
What
We should have a more often, Priya.
podcast name reference from Saumyya. I'm just loving.
That's true branding. she's just living up to her job role.
Yeah, she's justifying her position, guys. Uh, phew.
There ain't no better job role for Saumyya Mishra, guys. Great, great. Priya, would you
You know,
would you want to be on that sky cruise?
definitely. I love this. I love this idea of cruise on air. I'm loving it.
No, but before that, I would like to experience a normal cruise in water because I recently went to this place here in Mexico which is called Cancun, and there's this. I was just doing some water sport activity, and I saw this amazing huge ship, huge cruise. It's called Wonders of Sea. If you Google it, it's a very like renowned company where they it's like a seven-star hotel on a ship. They have like 29 floors. I then googled about that particular cruise and found out so many. They have 29 floors. They have like 11 restaurants. They have so many, like 300 rooms, bedrooms for guests. And it didn't look like that because when I'm watching from a distance, it doesn't look like
Mm.
it's that big. But when I actually saw a video of it and someone who was there on that ship and made a video, it was just like out of the world. But yeah, I would like to experience that first because anyway, going on air it's something like I always fear about because flights and
Here also.
all. Yeah, it's just
Okay,
one.
would you prefer like normal cruise, the water one, or uh, Royal Indian Railway treatment? I am
I'd
up
go
for.
with I'll go for Royal Indian Railway
Yes,
treatment.
I want to live that once at least. We'll have this
Sure,
together. Hmm.
of course, of course. Hey, we are
You
already
may.
out of time. Do you have to say some final words before we wrap up this podcast?
I have one thing. Again, I'm laughing and saying sorry, 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 guys. I can't help it.
Go ahead,
So,
you happy soul.
okay. Just before telling any joke, you get this. Oh my god, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say that thing. Na? Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was going through these comments, YouTube comments. I was listening to one song.
Mhm.
Um, and there, we get to see these normal, very uh, liked comments where they say, whoever is reading this, may God bless you and your mother and father. And then
Yeah.
second type of comment where they say, guys, I'm from Singapore and I don't understand the language, but yet I'm enjoying the song so
Love
much.
from Singapore. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So there is another kind of people involved in this who have started commenting, "Hey guys, I'm from Mars. We don't understand the language here." It's like this man's sense of humor is bang on. More than 1K like were there just for that comment, and I was loving it. Hey guys,
Great.
we Martians just love this song. We don't understand any language. I love
We're
it.
just busy growing potatoes and Mars. So yeah, guys, it was
Yeah,
great listening to this
he
song while we were cultivating potatoes.
yeah, single-handedly roasted every that type of comment. Hey guys, I'm
Yeah.
from Kerala, don't understand Hindi, but love this song from Arjit Singh.
Okay.
Anyway, I wanted to share this thing.
Great. Thanks for sharing,
Thank
guys.
you,
Thanks for
Somadi.
sharing.
Thank you, Somadi, for giggling.
I didn't giggle. Is that sarcasm?
No, it isn't.
Thank you for giggling
You're
again.
yeah, you're welcome to giggle as long as you want. So, Swami, would you like to say some final words for our listeners?
I am very thankful and very grateful that you guys, halted all your other plans to invite other guests till I was able to do this. So I'm very, very thankful for that. And it's a
No
great.
other guest accepted our invitation, so we were only left with you. So, that was
I don't know what to say
KG
about
Bhaiya,
that.
we were not supposed to say that in like
oops.
publicly.
Oops, was that a
Guys,
secret?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Guys, the 10 people who are listening to you might,
Damn
just
it.
yeah. They'll rethink whether they want to continue or not. But nonetheless, I am very happy with this, that this new thing which you guys have started. I have known you guys, and I have traveled with you guys, and you guys are hilarious, and I think it was a great idea to begin with, to even start with a podcast. I think everybody, not just me and our family and our close friends, should know how funny and relatable and hilarious and on point you guys are. I think everybody should know that. So it's absolutely a great initiative, I would say, and all the best, guys. And I'm very glad that I was the first guest over here.
I'm already down with tears, but before I lose my shit, thank you, Saumya. Thank you, Saumya, for coming. And
Also,
thank you for
thank you
this.
so much for joining at this moment, because she is sick,
Yeah,
guys.
she
Like
wasn't
literally.
well, but she still graciously accepted our invitation and came to record, despite
Yeah,
being.
it all worked out well because, like you guys said, I sound sexy. So I'm just gonna take a Phoebe
Ah,
Buffet
all
moment
right,
and.
time to wrap up. Thank you for the services to this country,
Yeah.
and young boys
Yeah.
and girls like me and
Thank
Priya
you.
look up to you, Saumya. And once we grow up, I would like to thank you so much for everything that you have done to inspire the youth of this country. And Jai Hind. Thank you everyone who tuned in to listen to this podcast. We release an episode every Tuesday on Spotify. We are also working on to release the episodes on Google Podcast, Apple
Correct.
Podcast, and Prime Music. So if you are using those apps, so you might find our podcast there sometime this week. And yeah, do tune us every Tuesday on whatever platform you're listening to, and do write to us on pleasesaythatagainmate@gmail.com. We would love to hear your feedback, your suggestions, and the topics that you would want us to discuss. We have our Instagram handles in the description. We'll also link Saumya's Instagram handle. So you go check out her profile. She has some amazing reels
She has
on there.
amazing profile, guys. She has like upgraded herself. Not lying.
Yeah. So before we
All right,
praise
guys.
more our guests, Saumya, do come back. We would love to have you back on the
Yeah.
show. Talk more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll hear from your followers if they want to hear me more. I don't want to bore anyone.
No,
Oh
no,
my
no.
God, brand lead.
All right, guys, we gotta go. Bye bye, everyone, and thank you.
Bye. Thank you, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Bye bye.
Saumya. Bye. Bye.
Hey there, thanks for listening to the podcast. Just in case you liked the episode, do leave us a rating and follow us on whatever podcasting platform you're listening to. It will be of great help if you share the podcast with your friends and tell them what podcast you're consuming. And you can also send us your questions, suggestions, feedbacks, and AMAs at pleasesaythatagainmate@gmail.com, or you can DM us on our Instagram. Our handles are there in the description of the show. And with that, I'll take your leave and see you again next week.